Yo, what's up? It's your boy Luffy Prodigy here to hop into this video. Today we have Paradise episode 10 review. And just before we jump into this one, as always, make sure to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos like this. Check out some of our other videos that we've conducted as well. And if you guys want to check out some of our other members of Infamous Personal Channels as well, make sure to proceed in doing so. Drop a like in this video, and we're going to hop into this one as well. So, see you in a bit. Now, I love how this episode starts with Gabmar concluding that now is the point to exchange information instead of just brute forcing through everything. After what you went through in the last episode, this episode follows that. And almost the entirety of the episode was just about talking and exchanging information. Yes, this is a very exposition heavy episode, but I enjoy that. I actually don't mind that. There were some interesting revelation here, and I do like some of the narrative parallels in the episode presentation. So as far as the island goes, a lot of information was presented in this episode, especially with the information provided about Tao. There were some other points that was outlined about the island and its religion, which I don't intend on covering in this episode, but if we do get further insight, because most of the information that was outlined from the character was somewhat theorized, so unless we get valid facts in the next upcoming episode, I will not cover that. But instead, in this episode, we're going to cover Tao. Now, we found out in this episode is what I can only assume will be the show's version of power scaling. So Dragon Ball has Ki, and Jujutsu Kaisen has Cursed Energy, and Hunter x Hunter has Nen, and Narrator has Chakra, and so on. Now, this show has Tao. Now, what is Tao? Well, to put it simply, Tao is a life force energy that exists in all living and non-living things. A life energy that flows around everything. So essentially, the story is portraying that everyone has Tao. For example, even we could have Tao if we were a part of the story. As mentioned, it's a life energy that flows around everything. By harnessing and manipulating your Tao, they're able to achieve enhanced or even supernatural feats, like the blind man being able to see or being able to regenerate from life-threatening injuries. I like how the episode communicates this information by basically having everyone talk about Tao in different things. Everyone has their own explanation and their own thought on what exactly is Tao. I think the idea here is that Tao isn't something exclusive to the immortal heads, such as the Tencent, which is that it's available for everyone. And it's something that anyone is able to harness with enough skill and practice. Now, outside of the Tencents, we have the blind swordsman, Shion, who uses Tao to see. Well, not necessarily to see, to sense or to sense his surrounding, and it seems that the little girl May also has some kind of mastery over it. It is possible that using the energy is also tied to her age and mental development. That might explain why she suddenly got older after using a bit of Tao in the previous episode to save Gabamari. I guess Gabamari ninjutsu is also based on the use of Tao, as his master seemed to have some ties to the elixir of life, and it would only explain some of the reactions that the Tencent had in the last episode. Based on all this, we could probably conclude that the Tencent isn't so much immortal as it was further outlined in this episode somewhat, that the weaknesses for the Tencent is Tao as well. So even though they utilize Tao themselves, their weakness is also Tao. And it's just that the Tencent have an abundance of Tao from the sacrifices and the humans that they've accumulated. This means that as long as they are forced to use up all their Tao, that would probably put a stop to their immortality altogether. I also like Shobe's observation towards the end of the episode about how Tencent body seems to function like plants. They grow from the bottom up whenever they sustain massive damage or have parts of their bodies blown off. It suggests that their power source is somewhere in the lower center, and I would assume it's their stomach, seeing as when Gabamar struck the Tencent in the last episode, it reacted differently compared to when they're being ripped apart from the upper area. So I would assume that their weak spot is within their stomach area or their lower area, as Chobe would have mentioned in this episode. Now, mastering Tao seems to take people an exceptionally long time to achieve, based on what Shio mentioned in this episode, that his ability to sense his surrounding. It takes a lot of time, even if we can assume that about 2 or 3 of our cast members know how to use Star or manipulate Star. I'm not sure what that means for the rest of the cast. It feels like we're finally setting up a stage and some intricate setups that we sort of know what the power scaling looks like. However, how high is the ceiling for the likes of Gabimar and the others, and all the different gears they have to go into to potentially surpass the Tencent and to accomplish their goals? Now, this is essentially the end of the episode or the review. Now, we've gathered a lot of information about Tao and how to harness the power to accomplish supernatural feats as outlined. But is there actually a ceiling? Is there a ceiling? Is there a cap to how much a person can manipulate Tao? If there is a ceiling, how is this actually presented? Is it that once they were born, it was said that they are only able to manipulate this much Tao? We saw at the end that when Shobe was fighting, the opposition was saying that he is able to harness Tao, but he doesn't know how to actually do it, so it makes it actually easy for him to regenerate from his attack and to actually evade and land a blow of his own. So is there somewhat of a cap or a limit to how much an individual can manipulate or harness Tao? That is more information left to be answered. Or is it a case that someone can actually surpass whatever limit there may have been, or how can someone actually improve their Tao to overcome the Tencent? These are the questions that I have personally. Going forward, I can't wait to see what further information is going to be presented. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. As mentioned, this is the end of the review. If you guys enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos like this. Check out some of our other videos as well. I've been your boy Luffy Prodigy. Make sure to stay safe and peace.
Run that bitch up like a track, run that bitch up like a track,
yeah. 40 round drunk, get on gone, ayy. Aim it off a nigga dawn, ayy. Run through his crib when there's nobody home and then take everything that he owns, ayy. My niggas got all them pose, ayy. 30 round drunk at your nose, ayy. Niggas, they don't want no beef, yeah. She wanna fuck me cause my teeth are golden. Talk all that shit, we can meet, it's over. I cannot smoke regular weed, it's OG. I'm on that country, go no, ayy. Uzi clip right at your nose, ayy. Ride with the chopper, I might blow, ayy. Free X, nigga, free bro. Wait.